Hey everyone, we're back together to do that atomic supernova pour. Um, I never know who comes up with what designs, but we see them all the time. Um, and then you go back years and you see, well, maybe that's kind of similar. So let me look what they did there. Um, so we're going to try it again today. I'm going to use a smaller, thinner mold, and we'll see how that works. I'm also using Let's Resin Fast Cure resin, so I'm not 100% sure how that will work. I've divided it amongst these 5 cups. I had 6 ounces. I saved back 1.5 ounces for the push in the center. I don't know if I'm going to need all that, but I wanted to make sure I had the push set aside. My wife, let me get that real quick. All right, so in my first cup, I'm using Liquitex acrylic ink carbon black. Since it's a very small amount, I'm just going to use 1 drop. I am going black, or a very dark effect, because I thought, can it look like a web in the center? Because I've been working on my Halloween stuff. And I thought, well, let's give it a go. You just never know what you can get out of it. All right, so there's our first black. Next, I decided to throw in a bit of green. So I have Octopus Fluids Resin Ink Bottle Green. And I think I'm gonna do 3 drops. And then we'll take a look at it. That should be enough. I think this covers pretty well. And I just want a little color. I thought of going an orange or a red, but then I said, no, I haven't used this green in a while. All right, next, I got a new alcohol pearl from Ranger, and this is Smolder. And then I'm also going to use from Decorum a couple of these resin colorant drops, Black Currant. So I think I'm going to use 2 of these drops. Again, sticking with our black theme. Make sure this is mixed up. And let's do 7 drops of this. I know it seems like a lot, but the alcohol ink doesn't cover as heavy as a resin colorant or acrylic ink. This kind of has a greenish tint, but it's also a silver. So I thought it would be fun here with the colors I've chosen. So you can see that's kind of green, and there's a pearl type coloring to it. All right, my next cup, I'm going to use 4 drops of these pigment drops from Art. They're black. Come on. That's more like 2. Well, I got big drops, so I'm just going to do 2. If you look in this cup, you can see how big they are. So that's just a black. All right, and then I was debating using my Let's Resin Ocean White, but I think I'm going to go with the Cast and Craft. I'm thinking 10 drops, but then we'll look at it to see how white it is. I do want a bright white. All right. I think that did it. Yeah, that looks bright white. Just make sure it's mixed in all the way. All right, now I was debating doing a dirty pour with these colors or just pouring them in the mold. And still haven't quite decided. I think I'm just going to pour them in the mold. I am looking for something for like this dark layered thing, so I think mixing them won't be the right approach. So let's just go ahead and plop them in. Just since it's such a small amount, just moving it to the side since it is kind of thick. They are very similar in color, so there won't be a big differentiation anyway. So I really don't think like a dirty pour would be needed. It didn't quite fill the mold as much as I expected it to. I'm just waiting for it to move into the mold a little more. I don't want to move it because I'm afraid the way that I poured it will mess it up. So I'm gonna let it slowly move to the sides. Come on. It's almost there, almost. Then I'm going to take my black Art drops. And then I'm going to put my white in the middle of that. And last but not least, I have my push, and I think I'll actually need it all. All the way out to the sides. Now, I forgot to grab my center, but let me look at this again. I think I'm going to change my mind on what I'm doing. I think I'm going to use these pyrite bits. Hopefully they will look cool. Looks like they slipped a little to the side, so let me see if I can give them a little help moving where I want it to. All right, that looks good. Now, I'm not going to hit it with heat yet. I'm going to give it about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to take my torch and give it a little heat. I just want some of the bubbles to come in towards the center. I want it to work on degassing its own. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll be back when it's time to unmold. Hopefully we get something cool. All right, we're back. I think this came out too black on the other side. I try to peek and see and can't see anything, so I don't know. So let's pop it open. All right, let's see how this went. Oh, wow. Okay, this actually, I don't know how well you're seeing it in the light, but it's very 3D. Oh my gosh. It is gorgeous. Now it is super dark, but it is so cool looking. Oh, I think it's perfect. Oh, I think it came out really cool. There's an edge, and then inside we have the webbing or lacing. Oh, it's just perfect. Thanks for watching.